Love to Hate, the podcast that asks the question, what do you love to hate?
You are a smelly pirate hooker. And I hate your ass face!
Do you love it?
No!
Do you hate it?
Oh, yeah. Yes! You stupid, ignorant son of a bitch, dumb bastard! I toss in your general direction!
No more foreplay.
Recorded live from the suburbs of Collin County, Texas, it's Love to Hate, featuring me, Philip Fullman.
And Brandon Luna.
Welcome to another episode.
Huzzah!
That? Huzzah! God, I hope.
I told you I was going to do it at some point.
That's true.
So we got the huzzah.
We got the huzzah in. What are we talking about today, Brandon?
That was such a professional open. This is weird.
You like that? It totally threw off the entire dynamic.
Thanks
what
a lot,
the hell?
Jackass. No.
Oh, my God.
Today we're talking about urban sprawl.
There you go. Hence, that was kind of my open from the
suburbs.
Yeah,
I got you.
A lot of work goes into this show.
Right.
Suburban Sprawl, which we are in the midst of here in where we are in Texas, because for those of you listening internationally or, Arizona,
places
Michigan,
that aren't as
wherever.
cool as Texas,
Yeah. Collin County is a county that's a suburb, county adjacent to Dallas, and where we are is in the suburbs of Collin County, Frisco being the biggest city. Then we also have McKinney, Plano. That is just experiencing a ton of growth, and a lot of that is because every business in California has moved to Plano, Texas.
Right.
They've all just moved, everyone. But no, it's Toyota, which is the biggest one, has moved, and they're bringing 4,000 employees. So figure with families and such, you're looking at about 8,000 people.
Yeah. That's huge.
There's another insurance company, I want to say, that's moving. I think Liberty Mutual is moving. There's just all these companies coming out, and the housing market has just blown up, and so has everything else. And this being Texas, it just gives us an excuse to put up more concrete and crap.
Starbucks is having a hard time keeping up.
I know. You wouldn't think they do.
And they're cutting employees, so it's making it worse. Now all the Starbucks have horrible customer service. I know this because I go to all of them because my wife and daughter make me go to all of them.
I was going to say, it's not like they ever had fantastic customer service.
Well, they used to. There was one over here that, they treated you nice. They had a conversation with you, which, not a lot of places do.
Right.
But now it's just, here's your coffee, get the hell out of it. There's people in line, go.
I can kind of understand that.
Yeah.
It's more of a Eastern mentality, like, hey, let's not waste time, let's get this done.
But that's part of it, though. I mean, with urban sprawl, you're looking at everything getting watered down.
True.
School systems get watered down. Taxes get watered down. I mean, they rise up, it's exponentially over time because there's more people that can pay into it. So they come up with all these other stupid things that they have to do as a city that you have to pay for as a taxpayer, and it causes a greater divide, I think, also. In the community.
And there was an article in this morning's Dallas Morning News about the home prices in the Dallas metro.
Oh, yes, I'm kicking things here. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, right.
It's not bad. We're doing this in a closet. The home prices are not on pace with the growth, although the growth has been just sporadic. I mean, it's just a ton of growth, but the housing prices are outpacing that. And 8 years ago, when I got my house, you were probably looking at medium. You could find a nice house for $250, and now you can't touch those houses for less than $3. And they're starting to build more homes in the $300,000 and $400,000 range.
Definitely.
And I think a part of that is because you do have people coming out from California with $700,000 home that's 1,500 square feet, and they're like, wait, I can get what in Texas? They could get 3,000 square feet for $250. Right. So now the realtors and the home builders are starting to realize, hey, we can jack up the price to $400. It's still affordable to them, and we're making more money off of this.
Yeah.
So I think that's why you've seen that, which has hurt a lot of people looking to sell their home and try to get a new home in the area, because houses are going up.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we are.
Yeah, you can't – people are giving $30,000 over asking just to get in the house.
Exactly. And the problem comes when you have all those people coming over from California that are used to a certain cost of living. They're used to getting a lot more money for their paychecks. They may be coming into a cheaper house, but they're also coming into a less paying job. So
you think they're cutting their pay?
I think they're – yeah. I mean, when you come over here, you're not going to get what you got over in California. I knew there was an increase in pay when I went to Maryland. So there's always there's going to possibly be a decrease in pay when you come over to Texas because the cost of living is lower. So
interesting.
Yeah.
I that makes sense. I don't know. It depends on how much I want to get out of California.
I know for a fact through Bank of America where my wife works, if you were to transfer to California, your pay would increase a good amount, but that's a cost of living increase. So I would imagine if you live in California and you transfer to Dallas, you're probably going to have a cost of living decrease because you're not going to keep that pay. You're not going to keep that, pay that was there because of the way it is to live there, how much, taxes are and home costs and everything else that goes along with it. So that's got to be affected, I would think. Don't you?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I can't imagine selling it to somebody go, hey, it's cheaper there, so we're cutting your pay. I don't know. It doesn't sound like much of an incentive.
No, it doesn't. But
because if you could keep them at their same pay in lieu of a raise, and just say, okay, possibly. Now the same pay is going to go much further where you're at.
Yeah, that's possible.
Along with the homes, and this is the part that really gets me is, seeing the houses is one thing, but just the amount of crap that goes up. There's a new strip mall or strip center every freaking day.
Yep.
There's a CVS on every corner.
To give you an idea of how much it's changed in the Frisco area since I've been here, I've been in the house for 13 years now. And when we moved into the house, it was a growing neighborhood. There were still houses being built. Across the street from us was farmland. There was nothing. There was no street lights. There was a 2-lane little street, and that was it. There wasn't really much out here. And within, let's say, 5-6 years, we had street lights. We had new neighborhoods popping up, nicer, more expensive builders coming in. And now I live 13 years later effectively across from what they're calling $1 Million Mile, which means that every new development that's going in across the street from us is going to be $1 Million homes or more. So my cost of living is going up because I came into this house at $120,000. Now they're saying it's worth $3-something, and I've got to pay that extra tax for that increase.
Okay, so get this. In 2000, they estimated – this is the 2000 census of Frisco, Texas, 12,065 households. And that was – I think they said 33,000 residents. Mm-hmm. In the 2010 census, and now we're talking 6 years ago, 117,000 people. Okay. And I don't even know what they say that's supposed to come to now with Frisco getting the Star Center or whatever, Jerry World 2, they're building the $1 Million Mile. And that was well before Toyota moved in, because a lot of those companies are going to have their employees up north. You've got towns – well, I'm not going to bore people with the towns, but you've got towns further north than Frisco that are getting those people as well and that are expanding and are going through the same thing where it's like, hey, man, now we got to put in a traffic light and all of that. But it just – I don't know. To me, it just looks crappy. The traffic sucks. It's – this is Texas. And I really believe that in Texas we look at stuff and go, hey, look at that nice field over there with cows. God, that looked good with some concrete and some stripes on it. We could park cars there. Right. We could put up a CVS. How about this? How many fucking ER places are there?
Oh, God, there's so many of those.
Every corner.
It's almost as bad as Starbucks. I mean, there's every corner there's a Starbucks and an emergency place.
Yeah, I'm like, are we how fucking klutzy are we that this shit's happening? That's like, well, thank God there's one on the corner.
Well, we are open carry, so there's probably a lot of people shooting themselves, I would imagine. At this point. I mean, yeah.
And that's another podcast that we'll be doing later.
That's insane. I mean, it is insane. One thing I will say about Frisco, and this is funny because about 7 years ago, people were saying, oh, why are we doing this? We don't need this. It's too big. We're growing too fast. The infrastructure is pretty good as far as having the right things for the growth. I mean, we do have a lot of entertainment here now. I mean, we've got the FC Dallas Field. We've got the Dr. Pepper Stadium.
That's soccer.
We've got but that's they still do other stuff there. They do concerts there and whatnot.
All right,
we have a lot of that infrastructure there for entertaining all these people that are coming in,
right?
So that they can stay in their little urban bubble, which people tend to do here. I don't know if you noticed that, but
yeah. Well, I mean, and part of it too is because we are so far north, and because of the amount of traffic, it's a lot easier to go to the local baseball team, the AAA baseball team, than it is to go see the Texas Rangers play because you're talking an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Plus major league prices. So it's just easier and cheaper to take the family locally, which I totally get and I'm fine with. But, yeah, there's just so much – I don't know. I look at – I mean, how many donut shops do we need? Because in every strip center, you have a donut shop, nail salon, dry cleaner.
Yep.
And look at me. You know I'm a man who loves donuts. In fact, you remember the time I damn near took a guy's hand because he was going for the last donut. Right. I love donuts. But do we really need that many donut shops? I just don't get it's I heard it phrased that they want to put those things up because they want us to have a more walkable area. They want to do it more like a big city where, hey, everybody gets out and they walk to the local
if you live on Frisco,
bodega
Maine,
or something.
Yeah.
But here we're still going to drive.
Yeah.
First of all, it's god-awfully hot.
That little new Main Street they have with the movie theater in Fuego. If you lived there, you'd have some stuff to walk around and do some things. But what don't you have there? You still don't have a grocery store, so you're still going to have to drive somewhere. You don't have the little corner grocery store like you would have if you were in New York, which I'm surprised they haven't done. So, I mean, it's a faux version of that. It's not – that's what they're going for, but that's not what they're getting. One of the craziest things I've seen is that we have a Dunkin' Donuts – throwing distance away from Krispy Kreme.
Yes.
So I just imagine they're out there in the morning
all
like
that separates them is a burger. It's a Burger King and a mattress shop.
Yeah.
And again, how many fucking mattress shops do we need?
Exactly.
I just don't get it. And Walmart's on every corner. Somebody at Walmart told me, well, it'll be close by. We have it at the other store. We try to have a Walmart within 5 miles of each other. Like, nobody can drive?
Right.
Why do we need so much shit? And here's another one. Self-storage places. Sprouting up all over.
Yep. Well, it's because everything they're building's a zero land lot with tiny little rooms and there's no place to put anything. Closets are a thing of the past. There's no walk-in closets anymore when you look at new houses.
They're very small.
There's one walk-in closet in the master.
These houses, and they look huge from the outside, but on the inside, very small footprint.
Wasted space, yeah.
Well, yeah, because everybody does the big open living
room, dining area.
Yeah, and that takes up all your space instead of room for
and
the
then
bedrooms.
They put all the extra space upstairs in the home theater / playroom, and then all the rooms are tiny.
Sure.
Which I never understood.
How much shit do we have?
We got a lot of shit, man.
Why? We don't even need that.
Because we're people and we like to collect things.
But we collect shit.
Yeah, it's like George Carlin said.
Yeah.
You need a place for more of your stuff.
Yeah, no. My thing is stuff. Your stuff is shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. and he's right. Yeah. Well, and I'm in the midst of a move, or will be shortly, and I'm trying to think of, okay, how much do I need to pare down? Because I don't want to have to get a storage unit. I want a place where I can, store some stuff. And I'm not a hoarder. I don't have a ton of stuff, but I do have boxes of keepsakes and things that I want to keep with me. But I really just don't want to put them in a storage facility. So it's like, maybe it's time to ditch some stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess not everybody feels that way.
No, lots of storage facilities.
It just makes everything look ugly. And that's my thing. And I know we've not done a Texas episode because we want to tread lightly, but this is such an ugly area, and especially you add the heat to it, and it's just ugly. It's nothing but a concrete jungle. Not like a cool New York concrete jungle.
Yeah.
It's a wide open space concrete where we've just paved it for miles and miles as far as the eye can see.
Yeah. Well, we still got some open land. We got Brinkman Ranch, which I guess
I hope he never sells. He's already
yeah, there's parts of it that are being sold off. So yeah.
That just upsets me. I want him to keep it just as and let's be fair though, the guy's going to make a hell of a lot of money when he sells that.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's already got his own line of, barbecue pits and stuff, so he's got money. Yeah, Brinkman. Brinkman barbecue pits, Brinkman Ranch. He's I don't know.
Never made the association.
Yeah. So I mean, he's got money. Not like he needs it, but he's going to make an assload more. Yeah. When he sells.
Now, land's the only thing they're not making more of.
Yeah, true. And we're closing it all up. That's the problem. I mean, how long before the earth just shakes us off? It's just like, yep, it's too much. Get off. Move out. I
don't know. We had that earthquake in Oklahoma that was
yeah.
That may be it. It's just like, you know what, we're tired of this.
And that's what's weird about it, because Oklahoma, there's a lot more open space. If you go to Oklahoma or you go to Kansas, there's a hell of a lot more open space than there is in Texas. Now, mind you, I'm saying in the urban area. Like in Dallas, there's a lot less open space than there is, say, in Oklahoma City. Not necessarily. Texas has a lot of open space, but it's land that nobody wants to be. So it's
It's
here
more
and
out
Amarillo, between here and, those type of places. So.
Where you're not going to have a city pop up. Here, it's just everything in this giant metro area. Yeah. And we're still not the largest metro area in Texas, but I think we're slowly going to get there.
Definitely, yeah.
With all of this popping up. And, it kind of makes me wonder. It's like, how long do I want to stay here? I don't want to live in a city this big. The traffic already sucks.
It's going to get to the point where, like, right now, it takes you, 15, 25 minutes to get from Dallas to Fort Worth. Eventually, it's going to be no time at all because they're going to be connected. There's not going to be anything between them.
Well, I think it'll still take you that amount of time, or more because of the traffic. You just won't feel like there's an in-between.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in El Paso. We had and again, go get a map. It's radio. We don't have graphics.
Right.
So Google it. But going from El Paso to Las Cruces used to be a much longer. It was like, okay, from the west side, about 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. And now if you drive it, you never feel like you leave town because there's stuff all the way there.
Yeah.
And so it just feels like it's a quicker drive.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess we have that many people who need that much stuff. But still, even with all these Starbucks, donut shops, there's still lines everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Well, because there's so many people coming in,
Ugh.
Just think eventually it's going to be like Austin and Dallas. There's going to be so many Californians here. We're not going to be able to do anything. No drinking, no smoking, nothing. California.
I'm going to hate that. I mean, because at this point, as much as I gripe about some stuff in Texas, we still, as bad as our smoking laws are, they're not as restrictive as California.
Yeah, tax-wise, we're a lot better, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
Well, yeah, and we are as well. And plus, we're getting these businesses because so far the state of Texas has a good idea about how to bring business in, because they're like, yeah, we'll give you a tax break because, you're bringing 8,000 people? Hey, they're going to put money into the system.
Right.
Long run, we end up making more. Short term, we don't. But you got to play the long game.
Yeah.
And some cities don't do that. El Paso didn't do that. They had a chance to build an auto plant there back when Saturn was first coming out.
Oh, wow.
And they turned him down. The city's like, no, you want too much in tax abatements. Like, do you understand how many people you will employ, not to mention who they bring in?
Right.
And now that those people have money in their pocket, what they will do with that money?
All the illegal drugs they'll buy.
You've been to El Paso. Yeah, that's my hometown.
Well, I've been to El Paso. Yeah.
Sorry. No, El Paso's great. The food's fantastic.
No, the food's awesome, man. And the people are great. It's just not a place you want to walk around.
No, it's a very friendly town, and it's odd having come from there that I understand more so the, hey, can we just get this done? The Starbucks mentality of like, dude, I got a line. I don't have time to chit chat.
Right.
And like you said, you feel like you're losing something, part of the charm
of the city that was there. I think, well, put it this way. Frisco was a charming place to live 13 years ago. Now it's a place full of assholes. Let's just say that. And there's a lot of assholes in Frisco. A lot of assholes.
That's true.
And there's a lot more coming, especially if they're coming from California.
Well, and
sorry if we have listeners in California, but you guys are assholes.
And if you're listening to us, you know it.
Yeah.
You know it. And you're looking at your neighbor going, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and to be fair,
yeah,
it's not like you and I aren't.
No, we're assholes. I'm totally an asshole, but I'm just saying there's a certain degree of
there is. Yeah, you're right. So find yourself on the asshole.
Example. Just a quick example. So taking my kid to school, there's always a line to get people into the school, because you're trying to drop your kid off, right? God forbid if you're a couple blocks away, you walk your kid to school. But no, we're going to drive him to school. So you're driving your kid to school. You drop your kid off, and then there's a huge line of people that are still – you're trying to get out of there. You're like, okay, well, let's do this the nice way, which is I'll let you in, you let me out, you let the next person out. This, you go one at a time. You take your turn. But no, everybody that's trying to get their kid to school will not let you get past that road. You have to go back around the corner 2 blocks out of the way because they're fucking assholes because they won't
let you in.
Yeah, they're just like, no, I'm going to get – they're sitting there screaming in their car. You can see them like, I've got to get my kid to school. It's like, not my damn fault your kid's late because you're an asshole, you know?
Right.
Now I got to wait because –
you woke up late. The kid couldn't get started, whatever. And I've been in that boat where the kid, you're just like, would you just fucking move?
Yeah, but how hard is it to, one person goes,
just common courtesy to let – because at some point you're going to be the person who wants to get out and you can't. So it's kind of that pay it forward karma thing.
Yeah, there's none of that in Frisco. It's all very selfish. There's a lot of selfish people.
You made the point when we were talking about this last night, because, again, show prep, about you don't have neighbors anymore.
Yeah, true.
And I told you, it's like, I kind of like that. I like not having to talk to neighbors. I've been in my current home for, I don't know, a lot of years, almost 10 years. Yeah. And I have waved to the people across the street. I wave to them on occasion. And then the guy next door, we've shared exactly 2 conversations, and one was when AT&T was out at my house, and then his phone went down, and so he came to ask me what they worked on. And he actually opened with, this is after about 5 years of being there. Hey, man, sorry I've never made it by. Hey, why is AT&T here? It was like, it's like, dude, you don't have to. I don't care. I don't care that I don't know your name. Just you can ask me the question. But I kind of like it. I don't want to be bothered. And I know in some places it's like, oh, look, somebody's moved in. Let's go introduce ourselves. Hi, we're the Petersons. We've baked you a cake.
So
who are you? Yeah.
So do you make up names for your neighbors just based on what they look like if you don't know them?
Not really. No? I don't care that much, honestly.
Yeah.
I call them names, maybe, know. But no, it's and it's a pretty good neighborhood. Everybody, no real assholes in the neighborhood or anything like that. Everybody keeps up with stuff because of the HOA.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe that's HOAs. A topic for
maybe stand HOAs.
Yeah. Let's put a pin in that. Maybe
we'll put a pin in that.
Yeah, we could maybe do that on the next show.
But yeah, part of me misses having, there's been neighborhoods when I was a kid where you knew everybody and everybody knew everything.
And
about
that's how I grew up. I played with all the kids in the street. You ended up in the street and you played football or Cowboys and Indians, whatever. Cowboys also, and Native Americans.
Yeah.
Cops and robbers. How about that? Can we still agree on that?
We still say cops and robbers, yeah.
Are we sure?
Cops and criminals? Cops until they're proven guilty. Yeah.
Yes.
Cops and other people.
Yeah. Cops and suspects until proven guilty.
There you go.
Jesus, the world we live in. Just unbelievable. There was something I read. Matt LeBlanc got in trouble at the Emmys.
No, what did
he said something at the Emmys, and then people started texting because some gal who's on Game of Thrones is now going to take her clothes off, and so he made the comment. He goes, "Yeah, I might start watching now that I know she'll be naked."
Yeah.
And she has said before that she's flirted with him a lot.
Yeah.
And she found it a funny comment, but people were like, "Oh, that's sexist. That's rude. He's objectifying her." It's like, she's the one taking her clothes off.
It's called he's being Joey, basically. Yeah. If he had just said, "How you doing?" it probably would have been okay with that.
But I mean, are we that sensitive that a guy can't make a joke like that? First of all, you are taking your clothes off on television and getting paid for it.
I guess technically that's sexual harassment. Possibly. Well, they're not working on the same show.
But he can't even make a joke with somebody he
can't.
Has a friendship with.
You can't do that nowadays.
God almighty. I'm not saying we need to go back to the day of the sexual harassment film where the guy walks up and starts rubbing the shoulders going,
right.
Hey, you need a raise? I mean, yeah, that's offensive. But when you can't even make a joke like that without people condemning you, it's like, come on.
Right. They need to make sexual harassment videos with the cast of Anchorman. That'd be great.
Oh, my God. Okay, so how many sexual harassment films have you seen?
Probably a couple in my lifetime. Yeah.
I think I've had to sit through 3.
Yeah. And was that state mandated or?
It was company mandated.
Company mandated, yeah.
And I think they themselves were sexual harassment because you're watching this stuff going, wow, people could actually be offended by this, or it's giving you tips, or
right.
But they were just so creepy.
Yeah.
And we had the last one I was in, we had the HR guy out there, and he's like, "And guys, you know what I'm talking about?" He goes, "Can't be giving the ladies elevator eyes." He goes, "You know what I'm talking about?" And we had this really good-looking woman in the presentation. And so he goes, your eyes only stop at 2 floors. And he looks her up and down. I'm like, did you just sexually harass her
right?
to give an example? I'm like,
totally did.
I'm like, wow, you just totally did what you told us not to do. It's like, we got it. But yeah, the films are just, they're just horrible. There was one, the guy's rubbing the shoulders and the woman turns around and she goes, please quit touching me. And it's like, okay, so now we've got somebody who doesn't, is new to the country and now he's harassing an immigrant.
Right.
You know, and it's like, come on.
Yeah, they're good stuff, man.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell we got on there, but it just an outlier of Urban Sprawl. It's just everything is sprawl. Where are we at on this? I think I just killed this entire show with that bit. Damn
Anything
it.
else we wanted to discuss on Urban Sprawl? It sucks. I don't want it to happen.
It does. I hate that. Seriously, there are 4 CVS within 2 miles of my home.
Yeah.
And there's one with a Walgreens right across the street from the CVS. Mm-hmm. I've got 2 grocery stores close by. I've got one Walmart and one Target.
I've always wanted them to have like billboards like CVS sucks, go to Walmart, or go to Walgreens or whatever, and then Walgreens has rats.
I want to see them fighting in the middle of the street.
Right. Jets and Sharks style.
That would be absolutely hilarious. So let's wrap this up then.
All right.
So another episode of Love to Hate is in the can.
Yep.
In the old can.
And
excellent.
if you guys want to hear us, check us out at Spreaker. Go on YouTube and watch the videos there. And check us out on iTunes as well. You can also get us on Facebook and Instagram.
All right.
Thanks.
We'll see you, kids.
See you next time.